Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. My son and I were sitting around. At the time of the recording of this, it's still winter, so it was a crappy, cold, snowy day. And my son says to me, "Can we get out of the house? I'm bored and I want to go out for a bit." And I said, "Okay, so let's go to a comic shop." He's like, "Okay." That's how bored he was, because he doesn't really necessarily like comic shops. So we went to one in Ottawa that I haven't been to in years, called the Red Dragon. Now, I haven't been there for a long time because the Red Dragon is primarily a game shop, but they do have a few comics. In fact, they have quite a few dollar bins. So that's what I ended up going through. I went through the dollar bins. So I decided to take some time, because I actually got a few books. I would decide to take some time to make this video and show you what I was able to get out of the dollar bins at the Red Dragon. Not the Green Dragon, the Red Dragon. It's in Orleans, Ottawa. Okay? So I decided, when I saw what was there, that I would actually get some books to celebrate shows and movies that have come out recently. At the time I bought these books, a certain show hadn't come out, but by the time this airs, that show will be on. And that show is Daredevil. Now, I really like the Daredevil on the Netflix, but I've never been a big Daredevil fan when it came to comic books. What I did was I bought some, and I'm hoping that as a result, I may learn to like the character, because I certainly like him on TV. Cox is a hell of an actor. So I started by getting this one here, Daredevil 507. I also got Daredevil 510, because it's got a cool picture of the Kingpin on it. And this one here, Daredevil 511, because a lot of his characters are on the ground. Elektra, Moon Knight, Richard, I think that's Shang-Chi or something, Spider-Man, etc. So it looks kind of cool. And because I am a big fan of the Supernatural, also got Daredevil 512, because of the cool looking cover where there's Hellfire, and by the looks of it, and his horns are actually sticking out like they're devil's horns, like true devil's human horns. And I really like that part. Yes, I'm aware Daredevil has horns on a regular basis. That wasn't all I got, though. I also got this Daredevil 24 from the next series. And Daredevil 28. And this one, Daredevil 32, which I got because I thought the cover reminded me a lot of the old horror covers from both the 70s and the 50s, especially the 50s with the art style. This looks pretty darn good. Next up, I got one book here, and I got it because it's a cool cover. The next set of books, by the way, are from a movie that I recently went to see, the Captain America movie. I went with my wife and a few people, and we went and watched the movie about a week before the recording of this video. Maybe 2 weeks at this point. I got this Avengers 45 because I really like the Captain America cover on it. I also picked up couple of books that I didn't realize was part of a miniseries until I got home and looked them up. This is from the United States of Captain America, which is a 5-issue miniseries. This is issue 4. And issue 5. This one I like because it's got 4 people on there: the U.S. agent, the Falcon, and the 2 Captain Americas. I particularly like how the second one almost looks like an homage to Rob Liefeld's Captain America. Next up is from another miniseries, but again, I like the Captain America covers where he's reaching up with his shield, and that's another reason why I got this. This is Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 9. This one is a variant cover against Planet of the Apes, but again, I like the look. I mean, just look at that. Next up is Captain America 750. I could not believe this was in the dollar bin because it's a huge book. It is a key, I wouldn't say a key issue per se, it's a key issue in the terms of its number. 750 is a big deal. But apparently it's just all short stories, similar to Superman 400 and Action Comics 600, where they're just basically short stories involving the characters. And in this one, about half the stories are about the Falcon. Yes, I haven't read them yet, but I did do a little bit quick research in order to be able to say something here. And this I got because of the Venom cover. This is Secret Avengers 30. Followed by Secret Avengers 31. Again, I just like the cover. A lot of these are cover buys because I don't know a lot about Marvel. In fact, my entire purchase today was from Marvel in the last 10 or so years. Why? Because I am not familiar with it, and I want to be familiar with some of it. Other than what happens to the Fantastic Four, I don't know what goes on in the Marvel world. So I figured I'd get a few things and look. The next few books that I got, next couple of books, are from Iron Man. This is Invincible Iron Man 30 with Tony Stark with yet another girl or woman. Not sure which one this is because I have to read it. But it's not Patsy Walker, and it's certainly not Emma Frost, who he has been seeing in the last couple of years. I do know about the wedding. That was a big deal. Emma Frost and Iron Man, that is. Invincible Iron Man 31. Love the sunset look. And we have here Invincible Iron Man 33, which apparently is the last number before the issues go to 500. So I guess you could technically say this is issue 499. I like the effects on the repulsor areas and his heart thing. And his eyes. I think that the shining of the lights is a very good effect on this cover. I'm betting, I hope it's not computer generated, but boy, it looks good. And the last book I got from the dollar bin was one of Riri Williams, because I'd like to know who the heck this person really is. I have never read anything with her in it. So this is Invincible Iron Man number 4. those were all the dollar store books I got, but it wasn't the only books I got. I actually bought one more book, and this one is a little more towards the type of books that you would see some of us here online buy. This is Exceptional X-Men number 6 variant of the White Queen, Emma Frost. This particular one is done by, and I wrote the name down, and of course I'm putting all my my books on the paper, by Leslie Lee, as in L-I, not L-E-E. It caught my eye instantly, and I actually picked this up before and put it in my pile before I started digging through the dollar bins. I've always been a big Emma Frost fan, and anytime I see a good looking one that I happen to go by, I will pick it up. Because I don't read X-Men, I never have much, so. But I will flip through this one before I put her on my special wall here. So this is how I spend a day with my son, who was very gracious to sit and wait for me while I did it. He was just happy to get out, and he likes being in the car. So I'm glad that we got out today. Before I go, if you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I particularly want to know if you like my choices, or if you think I was being silly with my choices. Again, most of them I paid $1 for, so if they're not that great, I'm not that upset about it in that sense. But more importantly, I want to use this to try and build a little bit of Marvel knowledge to go with all this DC stuff that I know, because I always want to be learning, and I always want to be reading new stuff. And I hope you guys feel that way too, because the more curious we are, the more we want to buy, the more likely this hobby will survive, especially if we're in a position to teach newcomers and help them come along. Because if there's anything that I want to see, it's more. My son is not that interested in comics, but he likes going to the comic store with me. He does like a couple of comic characters, and he may surprise me one day by saying, hey, can I get this comic book? Because he does sort of flip a little bit, and he points out all the Scarlet Witches to me, because that's his favorite character. My son actually likes Marvel more than the DC, but he's a video game player who likes Lego video games, so that's where he knows all the characters from. Anyway, like as I said, like, comment below, subscribe if you feel so. I would really appreciate it. And I most of all appreciate you spending time watching the video with me. I love seeing other people's books, and I love when they see mine. Thank you very much. My name is Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Thank you.